Hey guys, I told you I'd make a video about this old cab over here, this 83 Cabover. Kind of a special truck to me to actually kind of just neat for me to work on it because I remember seeing this truck when I was a kid. And back when I was a kid, just watching this truck going up and down the road in the late 80s, I I remember seeing it in the late 80s going up and down the road in 97, and always thought it was a really nice truck. Back then it was. Back then it was kind of a top of the line nice truck. But anyways, the reason I'm doing the voiceover here is because I just was thinking about something. You guys know the retrofit with the X15 Cummins. Well, the owner of that truck, Andy, called me, and the California Air Resource Board, they wanted, and the reason I'm elaborating on this is because I was thinking about the 83 Cabover is illegal in California, and that's what brought this to mind. It was the whole California bullshit thing. Anyways, Andy called me and said, he said, I need a picture of the VIN or the engine serial number, engine family number, and they want a picture of the engine setting in the truck. And this was them, as I'm referring to, is the California Air Resource Board. And so anyway, he told me that this guy from the Air Resource Board told him that if you were to go out and buy 4 brand new trucks right now, one of those trucks has to be electric. And then if you bought 4 brand new trucks and you didn't know about this law, they wouldn't license one of your trucks if they were all 4 diesel engines. That is what a totalitarian, authoritarian piece of shit state this California is. That they can tell you, you go buy a $300,000 piece of equipment that you can't even drive it. I mean, I don't know what it's going to take for people to say enough is enough of this bullshit. They're not concerned about the environment. They're concerned about control is what they're doing. They're trying to destabilize the economy even more. That's exactly what they're trying to do. It has nothing to do with the environment. If you think it's about the environment, you're completely delusional. You need to go watch the unicorns jump over the rainbow because, you're delusional. Anyways, that's enough of my ranting about that. I just thought I'd tell you about the new commie law they're trying to pass in California. So here's the video on the Cabover. Let's see how his whole cap pump works. Let's see here. Hang on a minute, guys. Been a while since I've done one. Jeez. Gotta unlock them like that. That 84 we had was just like this. Ow, hang on, my finger. Ah! Oh, shit. Oh. Gotta find something to jack that up with. Ah. That's a getter now, I'm telling you. Oh, shit. I had a handle on this cab pump right over here. What's wrong with this Cabover? I gotta go get an engine out of another truck. But I gotta take the transmission out of that truck that I'm gonna pull the engine out of to put in this truck and put it in another truck the other people have. And it's out in the middle of the brush, and I just haven't wanted to do it. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a pain in the ass. But I'm gonna have to get it done so I can get it out of here. I thought I had a handle in there somewhere, but why is my door open? Did somebody come into my shop last night or something? Interesting. Okay, got this old tire bar out of his box there. See if he got it in raise or lower though. I don't know if I'm going the right way or not. It seems like I might be going the wrong way maybe. Yeah, there she goes. I cut my teeth on a 1984 Cabover my uncle had with a big cam 400, Model 3, but okay, so what the hell? Hang on, what are we hanging on? The lock on these locks. Oh shoot, you know what I forgot about? You gotta pull this. I forgot about that. There. Back up. There she goes. She's wanting to go back down though about as fast as I can. I better just keep on pumping here. Hey, I haven't had to add oil to it or anything. Most of these cab pumps, you're constantly adding oil to them because their cab cylinders are leaking so bad on them. I like some of these have an air over hydraulic function to them on like some of them cabovers, and you can just sit there and hold a button, pump the cab up on them. It's pretty nice. Here, put you out here, you can watch the cab go up. Bottle of water here. How the hell that wound up there? And I'm gonna go on over center with it. Okay. Looks like he had a coffee cup or something in there. Just fell out. Sometimes you gotta watch these. See, that's hitting right there. I don't know if this one's going to clear that shift lever. Let me pull that shift lever off there. Going to clear it? Well, it does barely clear it. Boy, just barely clips that shift. Clear that shift lever. Now if you're going over, you need to go the other way. Okay, there it is, guys. Yeah, damn coffee mug or something fell out of there and went right through the hole and busted it. Okay, let's see here. Let's get an engine serial number. What do we got here? There's a CPL. I'm gonna have to clean this off and get an engine serial number off of that. And let's just see what we got. Well, let's see what we got to do here. Part of his engine serial number on the tag is gone, so I'm just gonna have to get my old book out. I was gonna look it up on QuickServe, but I'm just gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. Okay, yeah, I remember these old girls. I might be able to just leave that air cleaner itself in there. I'm thinking, well, no, because you're not going to be able to get the, well, I guess you guy could take the bracket off right here. You got to get this crossover tube off. Well, let's get this boot off here, but I'm going to have to get a 7/16 down there. Oh, look at that. The air cleaner housing's metal. There's actually something metal on this truck. That PACCAR plastic pile of frickin' shit over there. Okay, let me go get a 7/16. Gonna need 7/16 and an impact. Gonna need 3/4 there, 9/16 there. Oh, it's nice working on simple stuff for a change. Instead of all of this overcomplicated garbage. Got that out of my way. Let's pop this. Let's get this bracket out of the way. Got nuts on them. In wrench. Come on now. Okay, in wrench for that, and we gotta get this, what is it, 3/8? So that should be 3/8. Should be that one right there. Old truck's in good shape though, you know what? He took good care of it. Hang on. Okay, and you'll notice that on these big cams, just a little bit of identification. So there's one thing is you can tell if you got like a big cam 4 or like a 444. They had what they called step timing control, and it was an oil controlled block over here. And you'll have a little block over here that was run off oil pressure, and it would have lines going around going up to your injectors, and it would advance and retard the timing on the injection timing based on how cold the oil was or whatever, how ambient temperature. This is not an STC engine. More than likely it's going to have top stop injectors. And let's see if this one has low flow cooling. Yes, you'll see the small radiator, see the little bitty radiator hoses here? That's what they call the low flow cooling engine on it. That's one way you can identify that as well. You'll see a small radiator hoses on it. Cummins had a lot of different ways of doing things, let's put it that way. But these were runners. These old girls here were runners now. Okay, let's start ripping the valve covers off. Damn it, there it goes. Most of the time you can turn those. That one's not wanting to turn. Okay. Drop one bolt down here. Back. Something to tap it with. Just go ahead and get all the bolts loose. They don't make them like this anymore. That damn thing over there I was working on will be in the junk pile. And this thing will still be running around hauling hay somewhere. But this one here's going to come loose. Be able to get on that sucker with that in the way. Valve cover's gonna pop loose. We'll have to pull the jake heads off. That one's gonna come loose. This one here's kind of a problem child. I wonder if I can. There we go. Okay, now I'll have to get a. I don't know what sizes. These were 3/4, I think, all the way around. Yep. The little 3/8 gun may not have enough power. Don't know, we'll see. So you gotta unplug your jakes. Which that's real tough on these, isn't it? One wire. Get a chrome socket on these things. Because that impact's not wanting to go. Yeah, I can get the impact. Had to go get a chrome socket. Okay, let me go get a chrome socket. This one's got a spacer here, so there's a spacer on this left rear on each one of them. Gotta remember that. Okay, let me go find a chrome socket. Let's see if we can get them off now. Oh yeah. Come on. Get out of there. Come on. Get out of there. Problem child. Mr. Problem Child. This one's got a spacer here too. Damn it. Local customers there, they don't have any problem bad mouthing me to everybody in town, but when they need something they don't hesitate to call for information, you know. Whatever. no good son of a bitch until they are trying to do something they don't know how to do, and then all of a sudden, well, I'm just a great guy. People. George Collin is right. The planet's fine, the people are screwed. Washer on that, I think. Maybe not. Thought there was a washer right there. Okay, let me get these off of here. Okay, these old Cummins are way different than what a lot of these guys working on these newer engines are used to. You're going to have what they call an inner base circle method and an outer base circle method. So I've got the book here, and this will cover STC injectors, top stop injectors, and as you notice over here, injector preload adjustment, PDT top stop injectors only. Okay, and if you rotate your accessory drive mark, you'll start out on position A, and you'll set injector 3 and valve 5, and that's what we're on. And you'll know because cylinder number 5 a little bit of lash there. The companion cylinder, cylinder number 2, has 0 lash on it. So we're going to be setting injector number 3. So I kind of screwed up this morning, and I got a feeling we're going to be putting injectors in it anyway, and I've done this before, and I know I'll get my fair share of criticism over this. Basically, a top stop injector, if you want to identify it, let's see if I can get the light and I'll shine it down in there and I'll show you. You'll see kind of a spined nut. I don't know if that you can even see that. There's like a spined nut on top of the injector. That's a top stop injector. Make sure you've got top stop injectors. I had a guy call me the other day, and he was trying to adjust he put injectors in a small cam 350. He said, yeah, I got top stop injectors. And I said, I have never seen top stop injectors in a small cam. So I thought that was kind of odd, but so what you want to do is back your lock nut off on your injector adjusting screw. We're going to be adjusting number 3. And what do we got here? Okay, so that's loose. Let's go ahead and back the lock nut off some more. So turn it down till there's 0 lash. You see it when it touches here. Okay, and what they want you to do, go an extra turn. So we'll go, I can't go clear around, so we'll do 4 quarter turns. Okay, and then back it off and it'll get loose. Okay, and what you're supposed to do, which I have the tool at home, it's a T-handled 5 to 6 inch-pound torque wrench, which I do not have with me right now. So just take it down. I run it back down. Come on, get this. Till there's 0 lash, and then I just give it just a little bit, not much. You basically, it's just a fancy way of saying 0 lash. It basically is what it is. Trying to find the correct wrench. I brought one over here. That's where it is. Okay, so that one's set, and then you'll set the valves on number 5, and see we're on the A mark, on the accessory drive A mark. Remember that this is not like setting the valves and injectors on a. If you set the valves and injectors on a N14, which is still an 855 block, but you're going to be setting the valves and injectors on the same cylinder. When you're on A, On an N14, you're usually setting the valves on injectors 1 and 6. Valves and injector on 1 or 6 or 2 or 5. Not on these. You got to follow this book here. And I have another book that explains that in great detail. Maybe I'll have to go over with you on some other time. But so I got to get the feeler gauges, and let's set up. We'll do number 5. Let me get this camera somewhere. Kind of hard to see. It's kind of dark over here, but what do? So this is going to be your exhaust rocker, intake rocker. Exhaust are on the outside, intakes are on the inside. $11 and $23. 23 thousandths on the exhaust, 11 on the intake. 20, 21, 22, 23. And I've cut the 23 one for some reason. I don't know. I forgot to get it. Well, no, I got a screwdriver right here. Hang on. Not really that far out. I do need to back that off a little more. Okay. Set the intake. Get 11 thousandths out for that. Let's see here. There's 11. Sometimes you make a mistake and you'll get 2 feeler gauges stuck together. That'll sure screw you up. That one's tight. There, now I can get it in there. Okay, so we got lash there now, okay? So now we're gonna go around the B mark. And B, you're gonna be setting injector number 6 and valve number 3. Basically, you're still going in firing order, 1, 5, 3, 6, 2, 4. You're just trying to get it in the right cam position in relation to stroke on the piston there. I gotta shine my light through here. It's kind of hard to see this one. Gosh dang it. Stand on that spring. Be like right around a little bit further. Okay, so we're lined up. All right. So now number 3 ought to be loose. Okay, so same thing pretty much. Now you're going in firing order. You do the same thing again. Run that injector down till there's 0 lash. Go initial turn, that sets the link in it, squeezes some of the oil out of the injector, and then back it off till it's loose. Go back down till there's 0 lash, and you should have a 5 to 6 inch-pound T-handle torque wrench. That's what you should be doing, but we're just going to take it down and just snug it. Okay guys, I left the valve cover off, and I hooked up this crossover pipe back to the turbo, and ensure that you're neutral. I got my remote starter switch on it right here. It should be neutral. And I got a feeling it's probably gonna need injectors in it. But let's see what happens. Let's just bump it, make sure it's not in gear. I think we're all right. Probably gonna have to open the doors really soon. Yeah. I'd say it probably didn't improve anything. Yeah, I gotta open the doors, guys. Okay, so she's missing too. It's misfiring. Let's start pointing at the manifold. $84 on that one. 130 on that one. 156 on that one. 150 on that one. 130 on that one. That number 1 and number 6 aren't doing anything. Man, look at that. I shut the son of a bitch off. So number 1 and 6 pretty much aren't doing anything. They're just pretty much stone cold. So I'm gonna call Oregon Fuel Injection. I don't know, those guys, every time I call them, they seem they can't do nothing for me, but I'll call them and see if I can run down some injectors for this thing. Okay, got the doors open, let it clear out in here a little bit. He's got a list here. After starting, builds air pressure, then will continually pop off at air dryer. Okay, probably needs a dryer cartridge, or he's got a leak between the could be the governor, could be the line going from the governor to the the purge line. Could be leaking. So no volume of heater air or defrost. No heat control, blows cold. White smoke until hot. Well, we know what's going on with that. Poor Jake performance. We'll remedy that once we get the valve train adjusted. Check the kingpins. Pyrometer goes to 950 easily. Probably because I think those injectors are probably slobbering a bunch of fuel in there. Clutch brake adjustment. Okay. So let's start on, I guess I was going to pull the injectors, but I kind of need to check these other things out before I get to that point. So no hot and cold, no volume of air. I guess I'll throw the valve covers back on it because we're probably, I might have to open every door in this building
Smoking son of a gun, man. Wow, this thing's bad. I might throw the valve covers back on it, and then see if we can figure out some of these other issues. So no hot and cold. Where is the heater control valve? Let's just find the heater hoses, which probably are over here. Let's see if that, maybe the heater control valve is not working. I'll say, it's just got a ball valve right there, it looks like. There's the ball valve. Looks like on the heater hose. But that's not going to be your heater control valve, though. I'm not sure what's controlling hot and cold. They used to just, all they had was just something to shut the water off in line, a heater control valve. It was really pretty straightforward, simple stuff. So these would be your heater core lines right here, going into the heater core. Valves are open, I guess. Let's check the real stupid stuff first. Huh. Is it just me, or is that gate valve screwed up and not doing what it ought to be doing? See if it'll tighten down. Yeah, it appears to tighten down. Long-winded, isn't it? Man, it's long-winded. Definitely wasn't all the way open, but that valve's kind of weird. It never back seats. Yeah, it never back seats, stops. Makes you wonder if it's even opening all the way. See how that one there back seats and stops? Kind of wondering if I ought to pull this hose off, see if any water comes out of there. Look at that valve. That valve ain't right, I'll tell you that. Might just go pop that hose off just to see if any water comes out of there. gonna get the numbers off the Jake heads real quick, and then order some rebuild kits for the Jakes. What do we got here? Trying to get the number off them so I know what model of Jake it is. Diagnosing his air circulation problem. This blower motor's working, this one over here is not. This one I unplugged the blower motor resistor. It's got a blower motor resistor for each one. And this wire here is coming, so let's see here. This is the wire that should be feeding it over there, and there's no power on it. The blower motor does work though. So I can put power to that. Okay. Well, oh, it must be something going on with the thing coming unplugged or something on it, I don't know. All right. I don't think there's a relay in the old grills for the blower motor. I don't think. Might be wrong. Come on, light. Stand up. I remember seeing this truck when I was a kid. That's been running a long time. It's hauled a lot of hay, this old girl has. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Those two levers should stay there usually. Usually you gotta pop the little knobs off though. Like that. Let's see what we got here. There's our blower motor switch right here. Okay. The wire sitting here unplugged. I'm not certain what that's got something to do. That's AC on or off, so that's been unplugged it looks like, but I don't know. Let's see here. Look, there's a couple. I think that goes there. I'm not certain about that. Anyway, so let's diagnose this problem here. Damn CB whacking me in the head is really starting to annoy the shit out of me. Okay, so we got a couple different big leads here, and I got a feeling these are the two that are probably running them blower motors. No, maybe not. Okay, so turn it on high. I don't know which one's ground and which one's... That one's lit up. Okay. Those are off the same one, aren't they? Okay, there's our problem. This one's not. Okay, I need a switch. Where am I gonna find a switch for this old gal? I need a switch. Okay, let's turn that annoying son of a bitch off. Okay, so we know we got a problem there with that switch. It's not putting power to the other blower motor. I don't know what we're gonna do about that. I might have to put a damn toggle switch in there or something. I'm gonna call Napa. I don't know. They might have a... That's off. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions off and 4 more positions. I don't know if they're gonna have anything like that or not. Well guys, I'll have to make a continuation on this one. So here's kind of where we're standing at on this old girl. Is I got 6 injectors coming. We found out after we ran the overhead, we found out that number 1 and 6 aren't really doing anything at all. It's got good compression. I actually pulled the fuel shut off solenoid wire, didn't show that. I pulled the fuel shut off solenoid wire off the PT pump there and cranked on it, and it had a nice good even crank, and I knew it wasn't a compression issue. And anyway, I had the valve cover off too, and there wasn't any crankcase blow-by coming up through there, so I'm pretty certain when there's no blow-by issue at all. His circulation for his air conditioner or blower motor thing is not working properly because of the switch. There's 2 blower motors and there's 2 sets of terminals that put power to the basically the power comes out of the switch and then goes to the blower motor resistors from the switch, and then one side of that switch is not putting power to the other blower. And then what else I looked at, his air dryer was constantly purging, and I got to looking at that. I had another good used dryer cartridge I put on there, and his was really bad. I mean, I'll show you here in a second, but where am I at? Right here. I noticed this thing. It's kind of like a Wabco dryer. That's one of them Fleet Pride ones, and they're a piece of shit. Those OTR ones, I put one on my truck and it was doing exactly the same thing. It just constantly purged. And I tore that whole thing apart, and I got it fixed for like a week, and then it started doing it again. And then finally I just got rid of it. But anyways, I put a Wabco one on mine. I put a genuine Wabco, and I haven't had no more problems with it. So I got a good Wabco one there. Tomorrow when I come in, I'm gonna take this one off and put that Wabco one on there and put that dryer cartridge on there and see how she works. Anyway, that's where we're at there. He didn't give me any kind of ETA on the injector, so I don't know how long we're going to be waiting on that. But anyways, we'll make a continuation video on this one, and this should be pretty straightforward, easy money here.